Good morning, everyone. My name is Phoebe, and I'm excited to share my PIP exhibition with you today. The transdisciplinary theme I explore is how the world works. My central idea is social media influences the way people consume, develop habits on buying, and create wasteful behaviors. I chose this topic because I noticed how many people are influenced by what they see online. When I watch videos or saw posts, I even want to buy something right away, even if I don't need it. I noticed this was happening to a lot of people around me. It made me curious. Why are people buying so fast? Are they really making their own choices, or are they being influenced by what they see online? After buying all these things, do we actually use them, or do they just end up as waste? To support my central idea, I developed 3 lines of inquiry. My first line of inquiry is how social media changes people's behavior over time. In the past, people will compare prices, ask for advice, or think carefully before buying something. But now, because of social media, especially targeted ads and influencers, people are buying faster and more often. Social media encourages us to buy immediately, and that creates overconsumption. My second line of inquiry is how advertising techniques on social media influence consumer choices. I found out that social media uses strategies like fear of missing out, urgency, and trust to make people buy. For example, an influencer might say, "This thing is selling out fast," or "Everyone is using this." This makes people be pressured to buy things. Sometimes we don't even realize why we wanted that product in the first place. My third line of inquiry is the relationship between social media use and pattern of consumption. Social media apps like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are not just for fun. They are filled with advertising. As people scroll, they are constantly seeing advertising and product recommendations. When we see something again and again, we start to want it. This cycle can lead to impulse buying. What surprised me the most is realizing that social media is not just for fun. It's also a powerful tool that can shape how we think, what we buy, and how we live. It can be helpful when we get inspired, but it can also be harmful when it feel bad about ourselves and waste resources. To make a difference, I make posters to remind people to think before they buy. I display where others could see and reflect on their shopping habits. Second, I made storybooks about a teenage girl named Lena. She's excited by social media and buys too many clothes from a fast fashion brand. At first, shopping feels exciting, but soon she realized that most of what she bought ends up unused. She also learned how fast fashion creates waste and hurt the environment. In the end, she changes her habits. The story is based on real situations that many people experience. Finally, I created a slideshow to show how social media influences our behavior and what we can do to become more mindful consumers. I hope these actions will help others stop and think before buying and avoid wasting money on harming the planet. Throughout the exhibition, I used many approaches to learning skills. I used research skills to gather information from articles and websites. I used thinking skills to analyze how social media affects people's choices. I also used self-management skills to complete my project on time, even if I was behind. In terms of IB learner profiles, I became more knowledgeable by learning about real consumer behaviors. I was a thinker because I asked big questions and connect ideas together. And I was reflective because I took time to think about what I did well, what I could improve on, and how my topic affects the world. One challenge I faced was that I was absent from school for 1 week. During that time, my classmates were already working on their boards, and I fell behind. At first, I was worried I couldn't catch up, but I used my free time at home and after school to complete my boards. This taught me how to manage my time better and stay focused. One interesting fact I discovered is that people often shop just to fit in or follow trends, but this causes overconsumption. When people buy too much too fast over time, that leads to more waste, more pollution, and more damage to the environment. I didn't know that shopping habits could affect the planet so much, but now I do. In conclusion, social media is changing the way people consume, sometimes in wasteful ways. But if we could become more aware, ask questions, and think before we buy, we can make smarter and more sustainable choices. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.